And before we begin, let's thank our sponsors, because we love our sponsors. Inspect All Pest Services, providing the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control. But that's not all they do. Now, take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services there in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Also, our title sponsor for Living Rent Free. If you'd like your rent for the month of December paid for, then go to thebaileyshow.com. Time is running out. The Aurora Law Firm, that is the Mad Dog Manny Aurora, based out of Georgia, but litigates all over the United States, criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, and more. The Mad Dog and his trusty sidekick, pew pew, theauroralawfirm.com. Dr. David Markwell in Ridgeline Counseling, 10 therapists in-house, 3 locations in Georgia. Do virtual sessions anywhere you're at. markwelltherapy.com or ridgelinecounseling@gmail.com. FBC Insurance, perfect for new homeowners or just looking to reshop those current insurance policies. 5-star service, shop over 35 A-rated companies. That's a lot. Info at fbcinsuranceservices.com. That's an email you can use, or you can call 888-308-1841 or get a quote online, fbcinsuranceservices.com. My guy, your guy, Rachel guy.
This guy.
That guy. My wife. Looking to buy or sell a house in Florida or Georgia? She's your guy. 404-797-4600. You can email her, IamRachelGuy@gmail.com. Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia. Family owned and operated. Love it. They're a Generac generator dealer offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators. Never lose power ever, ever again.
Woo!
Get $500 off your installation by using the discount code Bailey, poweringgeorgia.com or 770-853-7571. JHM Land Solutions. Family owned and operated. Love it. Land clearing, mulching, and tree company. Servicing Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee. Tree work you don't want to do. Mulching you don't want to do. Grading you definitely don't want to do. Land clearing nobody wants to do. No project too big, too small for JHM Land Solutions. 770-274-9120. Jayco Contracting. That is one Cliff Bratcher, gutter and roofing specialist, covering all of Georgia, licensed and insured. Platinum preferred contractor with Owens Corning, the creator of Pink Panther. Free gutter guards with the purchase of a roof, commercial and residential. 770-316-3876. That is one Cliff Bratcher, JaycoContracting.com. And Alive Ozone Therapy Spa.
Yay!
Located in Altamont Springs, Florida. That's the Orlando area, Central Florida. If you are looking to live longer and healthier, book online. Make a free consultation. Stop by, say hi. It's our business.
Come and see me.
AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. Use the discount code BS10 on products online like ozonated magnesium butter or services in store like ozone therapy, the most non-invasive way to do it, period. The end of story is how we do it. Red light therapy, halo therapy, chromiotherapy, pressotherapy, PEMF, grounding mat. We have it all. It's great. People love it. You love it. AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast and or the radio show that airs Saturday mornings, WJRR in Orlando, Planet Radio in Jacksonville, if that interests you, if I can help you out in your brand, which I'm sure I know I can, plus use all of our social media, please reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. Don't forget Podcast and Pours 4 coming up here in less than a month.
Woo!
Saturday, December 14th, downtown Orlando at Elixir with the band Saliva performing.
I can't wait.
Special acoustic set, also Distinct Grace. We have special guests and some surprises that have now been added to the evening. Tickets, VIP, and hotel accommodations thanks to the Hilton, available on thebaileyshow.com. All right, let's begin.
Go ahead and leave a comment about how you deal with your children leaving home while I recover.
Honey, I raised the kids.
Our kids leaving the nest is never easy. So in order to cope, Jason and Rachel have decided to share the journey of their kids, Caleb and Ariel, or Beez as most know her. Follow the story in this podcast.
Honey, I raised the kids.
It's kind of jazzy. All right, thanks for being here. That's loud, too. Thanks for being here. It's Honey, I Raised the Kids, a podcast about us becoming empty nester. It is episode 34. My name is Jason Bailey. Right there, that is my lovely wife, Rachel Guy.
Hey, y'all.
Together, we are collectively known as
RAEJAE.
RAEJAE.
Hey, that's us.
RAEJAE. RAEJAE. Wow, what a week. Let me tell you,
Interesting.
our lives are never boring.
No, like it kind of could be nice for maybe like a second to have a little bit of boring.
We say that, but then
It's
we get
not.
bored with that,
Yeah.
because I get bored real easily
Yes, you do.
with stuff. So, let's start with the spa, with Alive Ozone Therapy Spa. We are now into 3 weeks of
And crushing.
and doing really, really well. Every day, it's a new experience. Every day, there's a new story to be told. I think the success story from this past week is just a great story from this young lady that came in, was recommended through a mutual friend, and she says
she has been exposed, mold exposure. Okay. And she's having this terrible, terrible reaction. And it's a full body angry rash.
neck to privates.
Correct.
Yeah.
And even more, I mean, arms, limbs, everything. It's everywhere. And it's, so obviously something's off and she's absolutely having a reaction too. And she's been to the doctors and they can't figure it out. She has had some testing done to where she's only just recently found out that she does have an autoimmune disorder, and that being compromised immune system.
Okay,
Right.
you're on an island right
Okay.
now. People have gone, what are you talking about?
Okay.
Just slow down. So
Okay.
it's very simple. She's been exposed to mold. Her body from neck to privates is extremely blotchy. These gigantic red blotches. It looks horrible. She hasn't been able to go to work in weeks. She's in pain because she itches. She's uncomfortable. She doesn't feel attractive. Worst case scenario for anyone. She comes to us. She does 1 session of ozone therapy in the Hocket sauna, and that bright red went to a light brown because ozone kills bacteria and fungi and viruses. She comes back for session 2 and it gets even better. Then we gave her some of the magnesium ozonated magnesium butter to rub on it to ease the itch. And I mean, talk about a success story so far. I can't wait to hear the end results, which should be in the next couple weeks.
She's coming back to see me on Monday. And there's a little bit of work that we got to do to reverse a lot of the damage that has been done, just because she's got so much. Her skin's compromised, and there's some cellular work we got to do. But it's a little involved.
Just the pictures from that one day were absolutely
incredible,
amazing, and she's very, very happy. So anyway, so that's 3 weeks into us doing this. And it's been going great. Every day it's positive. We meet a new patient. We hear a new story. We find out a new way that they found us. Some 2 peers are coming in, some even as far as from Tampa that are driving over. We've gotten some orders. 2 peers in California are making orders on AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com for the magnesium butter. And again, use the code BS10 and you get discounts on all that stuff.
Everybody loves my butter.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And we got some cool things in the works.
We do.
Some ideas with a big brand that if that goes through, that's going to be really, really neat. So just it's exciting. I like this working for
fun.
Myself type of thing. And you just don't know what's going to happen. Good, bad, dim, different. It's very, very exciting.
You know what's really cool is that I'm really, really great with the science and the healing and all of that side of things. And you let me do my wonderful healing, and you're my shorten it up conversationalist.
Yeah, because you talk way too fucking much.
I mean, there's a lot.
But you don't know when to land your plane. It's like you have a stroke in the middle.
I don't have a stroke in the middle.
It's like you're talking and then you're it's like,
there's
shut
so
up.
many different factors and so much
nobody
so
wants
much
to hear it. They want to hear A to B.
Well, see, that's why you're here.
You
got
it.
You
keep fighting me on this, but and it's funny because you, like every other woman, you don't listen to the people that are close to you, but you always listen to people that have no significance in your life.
Nobody told me to let
shut
you
the fuck up? You're trying to tell me no man has ever told you to shut the fuck up?
No, just you.
Okay. Well, I'm the best man you've ever had.
I'm a lucky lady.
You are a lucky lady because that is sound advice. It's not rude. It's not mean. No. It's honest.
You know, I came to the conclusion myself that when it comes to having the explanations and the 10-second explanation, whatever needs to happen for these conversations, I just sit back and let you do your thing. Yeah. Because you're good at it.
Great at
and
it.
You can bullet point enough and bring it all in and do the thing.
Yeah, do my thing.
Yeah, I'll let you do your thing, and I'll just hang out and answer. It's just it makes sense.
She throws it. I let you, like she's like some boss. I let you.
Relax.
Try. Nobody lets me do anything.
Okay. So I sit back and just answer the questions when I need to answer the questions.
Yeah. And which I just see a deer in headlights when she's talking and the people are like, oh my God, you've got to let,
that does not happen.
Especially men that have somewhere to be. And
oh my God, because all of you are ridiculous.
No, we don't have time for the fluff.
Well, then don't ask the question.
No, you can ask the question. It's just that give me an answer.
I got an answer for you.
Within an hour.
It's involved.
It doesn't need to be involved. Hey, what color is that celery? Well, the funny thing is.
No, women just want to know all of the details.
Celery
and men are like, just, you know what?
Colors.
Just give me the bits and pieces and I'll take that and kind of go with it.
Yeah, it's no foreplay. Get to the fucking.
Wow. Okay.
That's what it's called.
I mean, like, I like to be romanced.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. Anyway, so the first 3 weeks have been great, and thanks for all the support, especially on social media. You guys have been tremendous with sharing and liking and following. Our social media numbers have, I think, in 3 weeks are pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I'm a very impatient person, and I'm
yes, you are
always need more type of guy. So I'm never
not a bad thing though.
Never going to be satisfied. So, but I'm trying to take it in and enjoy the moment because it's funny. This goes along with being an empty nester and the kids, and this is anything in life. And I think about this often. I don't want to say I struggle with it. I just think about it often. Is me in particular, one of my biggest flaws is I've never been able to enjoy the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been able to appreciate what I have in front of me at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I recognize that. I know that, and it's never going to change. I've tried to change it. It's not going to change. It's just one of my many flaws. But these little things I know in my life, whether it's one goofy night on the radio station when I was in my 20s, or one event that happened when I was in radio in my 30s, or a show that I had, even though I was miserable, there were good times, not just the paychecks, but the conversations and the reaction and the response, and that day and age, maybe even in the business. So all these little things go through my mind constantly. And I go, I was just having a text conversation with a friend of mine that goes back with me in my radio career. And he was listening to 9 Inch Nails. I want to hook you like an animal. I want to put you on the inside. So I used to do a gig at Mako's downtown Orlando back in the day. And it was
sorry I missed that.
Yeah, well, I created this game called the LPGA.
Okay.
And there were the DJ there, DJ Mix, I believe his name was. And and I made this from scratch. We would get the ladies go up on stage. I'd have them pair off.
It's not acceptable anymore.
No.
Just started right there.
they had no idea why they were up there other than that they were going to win a prize.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would have them pair off with someone they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say, start doing this and start touching here and start feeling here.
Wow.
And he's playing 9 Inch Nails. Mm-hmm. And to the point where we're eliminating, usually they eliminate themselves, to the point where they're full blown having sex on stage.
That's not acceptable anymore.
The LPGA was short for Lesbian Prize Giveaway.
All right. That's clever.
And
it.
It was so risque that the cops outside had to close the doors for us. So
that was back in the day.
Right. So
You could do sexual things out in public.
So he texts me, 20 plus years later,
Mhm.
9 Inch Nails, and he still remembers that night. Now it was stupid radio stuff, and
It's dumb. It's fine. It was fun.
right. Well, it was dumb radio stuff from back in the day, but the point is at that time, I never realized how good of a time that was, and how in the future those times won't be there ever again.
No, that will never happen again.
Never again.
Nope.
So understanding and appreciate that, which is bringing me back around to even with the kids, at 10, 11, 12, Ariel doing this or Caleb doing that. Like in the moment, you're like, this is cool. Or, oh my God, do I have to go? Or yeah, I can stop by. Or yeah, let's get this over and done with. Let's hurry this up. We never quite appreciate that. And I can't be alone in this. There has to be other people out there that go through this. Maybe it's a guy girl thing. I don't know.
Guy girl thing. Yeah.
So with the spa, I'm trying to absorb every little thing, even if it's not
of you.
Even if it's not moving as fast as I want it to.
Yeah.
The little wins, like when I look at our Google ad impressions and I see it go up by 1,000, I'm like, that's a win.
Yeah, for sure.
We get a email or a message on social media asking, do we do this or can we do this? Whether they book or not at Alive Ozone Therapy Spa.com.
The questions.
They ask the question, which then goes to the rule of 1 to 100. If one person is saying that, then there's 100 people saying that. If they're asking me that and thinking about us, then they're going to share that with at least one other person.
For sure.
So that person's going to know. And I'm trying to absorb all of that.
Well, you have to, even going back to our patient this past week, you have to understand that we are providing relief for these people that they've gone back and forth to different doctor's appointments and nobody can fix it. And we're helping them feel better.
Yeah.
And that in itself is, that's priceless.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times that she's texted me so far already, just thankful.
Talking about the rash one.
Yeah. Thankful.
Yeah, she's grateful.
Thank you so much. I'm with you 1,000%. Whatever you need me to do, let me know. I am at your beck and call. Thank you for making me feel better. Even just that little bit currently, because we've got a little ways to go, just because she has so many things that we're working on. There's damage that we have to go back and fix so that she can move forward in a comfortable place and maintain.
Yeah.
And she's so thankful.
Yeah. So those little things, those little stories, especially the stories from the beginning that we're getting, like this woman or anyone else. We're finding out for some reason, and I didn't know this. This is new to me, that being exposed to mold is a big thing, especially with women, and it causes all
kinds of issues
when exposed to mold. Like,
yep.
Of course, I've heard about black mold. I've heard about mold. I've had mold in the house and stuff, and used kills to kill. But I've never seen or heard so many people. And again, this is a small sample size because we've only been open for 3 weeks. But coming to us for this, and I'm like, what we offer is the mold killer. That's what ozone does in general. Like if you were to hire a restoration company to come out, they're going to bring an ozonator, and they're going to quarantine your house.
They use ozone generators to clean the air and kill. Yeah. Kill.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's great.
So in Florida, mold is a large issue because of the humidity. It is like the perfect environment for it to grow.
Yeah.
And so given the, if there's any kind of moisture or what have you with the humidity, it just is like the perfect environment for it to happen. And so that's where that is, it's just a high concentration area that happens.
Yeah. And I just never thought about it. And I've seen people, like I said, myself, have mold in the house, but I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to do anything to me. Whoa.
It does. And you don't even know it.
So learned about that this week. That's a thing.
Yep.
The next thing I learned about as we go from business to personal is possibly a West Nile virus case has hit close to home. because encephalitis is the West Nile virus, or
Yeah.
I think version of it, or
Yeah.
a spinoff of it or something. Encephalitis, I don't know, us here in Florida, if you go back to the 90s, that was the first time we ever got the encephalitis scare. It was 1992 to be exact, because I remember our football games couldn't be played on Friday nights. They had to be, some of them were played on Saturday afternoons
Because of the skeeters.
And everyone was terrified. So now you fast forward and you're like, it's one of those things you hear about. It only happens somewhere else. Doesn't happen here. Here's the story. The other night, I'm up there at the poker room playing, doing well, by the way. Rach actually came up to hang. We're having some drinks, having a good time, good people at the table. And our daughter, who again is at the University of Alabama, she shares her condo suite with 3 other girls, lovely girls, great girls.
Yep, we love our girls.
And just out of nowhere, one of these girls has a seizure. I mean, violently shaking seizure.
These girls have had so much life experience and very graphic things that they have seen in the last few hours.
Yeah. Taking into consideration, one of these girls that lives there has now lost both of her parents.
Yep.
She just lost her mother.
Mm-hmm.
Look at our daughter and her life experience at 19. I mean, she was a baby when she lost her father, but not that long ago, one of her friends almost died in front of her when we were in the Bahamas. Most of you know that story. When we were in the Bahamas, it was me, Rach, our daughter, 2 of her friends, staying in Atlantis. There's a section called the Cove where it's very cool and literally a cove. And I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the cushion. Rach was sitting next to me doing whatever she was doing.
I was on the phone. I was on
the phone,
FaceTime with my nephews.
And then as soon as I fell asleep, I hear help, help, help screaming. I thought it was a dream. I was like in that middle REM state. And I wake up and my first thing, I'm like, I got to find my daughter. And I'm like thinking shark. And then I start to come to my senses like, a shark can't get in here. It's a cove. And so I'm looking for my daughter and I see Ariel with deer in headlights. And I'm like, okay, where are the other 2 girls? I see the other girl, deer in headlights. And then I'm like, okay, where's the other girl? Where's Tati? And I don't see her. I just see a group of people carrying a lifeless body out of the water. Oh my God.
It gives me chills still.
Run down there. Thank God. And when I say thank God, that is not cliche. I thank God.
Yep.
There was a doctor on that beach.
Yep.
Because I dropped down on my knees and prayed. As a 49-year-old man, I've never felt so helpless in my life. And I don't know what I would have done if under my watch, that girl would have died. I honestly don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
So, anyway, doctors, we're in the Bahamas, everything works out, blah, blah, blah. She lives. So the point is Ariel saw that. Now she has to see this. So they take her, the girl's name is Cam. They take Cam to the hospital.
Well, so there's a little bit, as the girls are at the house, one of the roommates goes in and she is having a conversation with Cam, and she just, as she's having the conversation, this happens. And she just stopped talking. She just stopped responding. I mean, the way that these girls handled this situation was incredible, beyond their years. Incredible. So the one girl, her boyfriend was there, calls him in. He is, because she's violently thrashing, he is holding her so she doesn't fall and hit her head, or just out of precaution. Ariel runs and grabs her other roommate, who then they all come in, and Max holds her head just to make sure that she's turned the right way, and make sure that she doesn't choke on her spit or anything like that, because she was drooling. So she's making sure that she's hanging out this way, and then the boyfriend. So there's a lot going on. Yeah. And then Beez is on the phone with the mother of the child, And the other roommate that was in the conversation was on the phone with 911.
So I just thought of something. So there's, last episode we told you about Beez's new cat Goose.
Yes.
And how great it is because it's replacing boys because she's a little over boys right now.
Yeah.
So there's a new boy.
There's a new boy that likes your daughter.
And you told me about her the other day.
Do we know his nickname?
What?
Blue.
So he's a good old boy.
You my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah.
Not yet. Easy, Blue.
But we're not friends yet.
Did you not tell me he was a paramedic?
He's an EMT.
How old is he?
He's 20 something. I don't know. He's in school. That's what he's doing. So he's enough in to where he has the education that they can call and ask those questions and that kind of thing.
So he's not 19, obviously.
No, but she's going to be 20. He's 20.
20.
I don't know. I'll ask. I don't. I'll
Ask. Because if he's in a career, I don't want.
No. He's not in a career.
Okay.
He's in school.
I don't want anyone with a career dating our daughter. That's the rule.
No. He is in EMT school. So
So he's not going to college.
No.
Okay.
His father is a doctor.
I don't give a shit.
I did ask that.
I don't give a shit.
And he was going to University of Alabama and then decided that he wanted to go the EMT route.
Right. You guys keep trying to soften the blow with these fellas about.
I ask all the questions.
Their parents are this and their parents. I don't give a damn about their parents. Okay, let's find out how old this guy is. Anyway, so this guy, talk about right place, right time, catching lightning in a bottle. He's there.
Yeah.
While this is happening, you talk about it would be very difficult for a woman, any woman in a fairly new relationship. And I'm assuming that's where we're at. If he's at the house,
they're talking,
whatever.
Okay.
So they're at the house and then somebody like, I'm almost starting to think this might be staged. Like he's paying Cam to have the seizure.
That's ridiculous.
To win Ariel over, because if so, I've got to like you because that's brilliant. Absolutely.
So I work on the floor, dude.
Yeah, just happens to have this violent seizure out of nowhere while the new boy paramedic kid that's at school. It's like, what have you learned in paramedic school? Well, the only thing we've covered is seizures. That's what you're going to do.
That's so ridiculous. Hey,
right.
Who does that?
Right.
Is that real?
No, I mean, any guy would do that to win over. Any guy will do anything to win over a girl.
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't know.
So this poor girl,
Yeah.
and I make jokes just to lighten the conversation,
Right.
but it's a very serious situation because it's ongoing.
It is currently. Yeah.
They take her to the hospital, and she has another seizure.
Yeah, she's had several so far.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Sorry.
So she's had now several seizures overnight when they kept her.
Mm-hmm.
They had to sedate her.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're trying to figure out what it is. In my head, I'm thinking possible meningitis.
Right. Well, that's not off the table yet.
Okay. And the only reason I say that is because the only thing I know about meningitis is this. There was a girl that I dated years and years ago, and she worked at, she was a bikini bar tub girl.
Uh-huh.
And it was decades ago. Very, very sweet, very beautiful girl. She became a speech pathologist.
Okay.
Later on in life, dealing with children. That's all she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
She's teaching one day class, didn't feel well, drives to her mother's house and says, "Hey, I'm not feeling well. Can I stay here this weekend?" Mom, of course, says yes. Next thing she knows, she finds her daughter lying on the bathroom floor dead.
So
she got meningitis from one of the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So kids tend to carry it more often than adults. But it's like high concentrations in like college dorm rooms and stuff like that because of the communal living. But so it's like kids and that college age world. And so she passed away from it. It most likely was bacterial meningitis. And so there's two different kinds. There's the viral and then there's the bacterial. The viral tends to be something that, your body can fight off and you can get past. The bacterial is where it gets to this place where you're having seizures and headaches and the more serious because of the bacteria.
And the other thing that they're thinking is it could be encephalitis,
Mm-hmm.
which is West Nile virus.
Yep.
And, you know, mosquito or whatever, you know, however
Mhm.
she got it and who knows. But that's just a scary situation.
It is.
Literally, the doctors have no idea why she continues to violently siege.
Mm-hmm.
That's real scary.
Really scary.
Really, really scary. This girl is so, I mean, I met her just that
Such
one
a
time.
good kid. She's pre-med.
So sweet, so adorably cute.
Mhm. Smart
Funny,
girl.
spunky, the whole, like, you look at these kids and you're going, you have your whole life in front of you. Look, I'm 40. Yeah, I've had seizures before too. You know, and I've survived it.
Real scary.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anything like
I
this.
don't recommend it.
This girl's 19 and she's going through this, you know, so her
Mhm.
parents have to come down from Indiana overnight. They get there.
Yep.
And her daughter, you know, but these girls band together, which is great.
They
Like,
do.
seeing Ariel's relationship with her, and I told her this was going to happen. You know, you go to college, you develop different relationships, a different
Mhm.
trust, a different bond. I love the bond that she's formed with these girls in college. It's stronger than anybody else she's ever had a relationship with. And
Yeah, it's good.
it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
And they've already, within this short period of time in the school year, have gone through these different obstacles,
Gone
overcome
through a
these,
lot of adult things.
a lot of adult things.
Yeah.
You know, so
But they're so good to each other. Where they're like in the beginning of the school year where the one roommate lost her mother and then out of, you know, necessity had to bring the dog and the cat, and the girls, you know, work together to make sure that even though whoever has class and the dog needs to go out, they all take turns.
yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And now with this,
we hope, I mean, we hope obviously everything good that, you know,
Sure.
for Cam.
Yep.
But this is a to be continued type of thing. It's just, you know, these are the things that as empty nesters, it's new for us too, right? I mean, it's like, you know, you listening, we here live vicariously through our kids. And so when they go through these types of experiences, the kids don't really necessarily always go through the experience that the parents go through, but the parents always go through the experiences that the kids go through. At least one of the
Yes.
parents do.
yeah. Well, and you know, like as she's going through this, the two of the girls went to the hospital. So only two people were allowed to go with her to the hospital. And so two of the girls went to the hospital and one had to stay and make sure the animals were good and do on cleanup duty because, you know, when she had her seizure, she wet herself and there was a lot going on and things that had to be taken care of. And so Beez was the one that stayed back at the house and made sure puppies went out, went potty, everybody was taken care of, and she went and took care of Cam's room, cleaned the bed, took care of everything.
Yeah.
And then the other two went to the hospital with her. And then when like they needed phone chargers because everybody left in a hurry. So Beez ran up to the hospital and dropped things off for them and that kind of thing. And so they just tag teamed everything so well to make sure that somebody was there with her all the time.
Yeah. I got to say this though, this new boy, Blue,
Yeah.
who's studying to be a paramedic,
Yeah.
with the seizure that took place and him happened to be there
Yeah.
at that time.
It was good timing, sir.
I gotta tell you, something's fishy. Something's a little sketch going on.
Hey, do you think that he's an instigator?
No, I think he's a puppet master. I think he's
Oh,
concocting this
wow.
whole thing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
I don't
question.
Trust any of
Blue.
these guys, but you know, just happens to be a studying EMT when something tragic just happens to happen
Bae.
at the condo suite at the school with the girl with the boy and all. I call bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Hey, he's friends with all the girls.
I don't care. He's a liar.
You'd be like, friend,
He's a fibber. He's a.
friend, do me a favor and go have a serious medical emergency right now.
It's a work. It is a work. It's what it is.
It was WWE at its finest.
Yes.
Let's go blue.
All right. So pray for Cam. Please pray for Cam.
Yes. She's a good kid.
All this week, some more good shows with the BS. Of course, we always do. You'll notice if you, if you listen on Spotify, you'll notice some changes for the better. We're able to add video clips now, these little small clips and stuff. And I think some more changes are coming. These are things that within Spotify they're doing really neat. I'm starting to get good feedback from everybody, so that's cool. That will continue. Yes, I am throwing in some ads in the freebase shows because I can. They allow me to do that, but I as of right now, I don't see me putting those into any of the subscription shows. So outside of our sponsors at the beginning of the show, that's it. Yeah,
I'll be patient while everything grows.
Yeah, just think. So again, subscribe, to the BS, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we appreciate the support. You go to thebaileyshow.com. Also on there, living rent free. Thanks to Inspect All Pest Services, inspectallservices.com. We are going to pay someone, maybe you, your rent for the month of December, which is coming up, to help you out with Christmas time. I live rent free in a lot of people's brains, and I want you to live rent free as well. There's metaphorically speaking, and then literally speaking. So literally, I want you to live rent free up to $2,500. You can go to thebaileyshow.com and submit your reason why I should pay your rent next month. Remember, you have to be a subscriber in order to enter. The email that you submit has to match the email that you signed up for the subscription, not Spotify, but the BS podcast. Also, you're going to have to show proof of rent and or mortgage when you do that. But all the details on thebaileyshow.com. Podcast and Pours 4 is coming up here December 14th. That's a Saturday night. Doors at 4. They're early at Elixir, downtown Orlando. We have the band Saliva doing a special acoustic show. Distinct Grace will open up. We'll have Santa out there. Brandon's doing a Christmas song. Special guests. All kinds of good stuff. Really cool prizes and giveaways that we're going to be doing. So we want you out there. It seems like there's more chitter chatter as we get closer to it. More people are buying tickets. So that means that the tier system might go up. And last time I checked, it was at $25. The next tier, it'll be at $30. If you don't care, you can wait till the last minute. It might be up to $40 last minute. I think actually at the door, they do go up. But the earlier, the better. You get those tickets on thebaileyshow.com or WJRR.com. And we also have hotels, thanks to the Hilton, and there's VIP available. So if you want a VIP table, all those details on the website. So you got Living Rent Free, you got Podcast and Pours 4. And if, of course, you want to sponsor the show, the radio show and or the podcast, you can do that by reaching out to me too. All right. You have anything before we get out?
Prayers for Cam.
Prayers for Cam. Prayer hands for Cam. So do a little social media post on the BS social at Listen to the BS, which you should always like, share, and follow anyway. Just do prayers for Cam. A little prayer hands, and then put Cam afterwards, and that'll get back to her. I promise you. I think she follows us anyway, so
we love her.
That'll be very, very sweet. All right, look, enjoy the shows this week. Have yourself a great, safe rest of your day. Until next time, I'm talking to you. Hey, bye.
I realize not everyone feels this way. And if you are okay with this stage of your life, honestly, more power to you.
Thanks for listening. Get more information at episodes on thebaileyshow.com.
Honey, I raised the kids.
Subscribe at thebaileyshow.com. Yeah, baby.